Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor who's been selling homes in North Texas with more than 21 years of experience. Join her every first and third Wednesday of the month as she meets with top community leaders, local businesses, and real estate industry experts to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Welcome, viewers, and Happy New Year. We are now into 2023. Can you believe that? I can't. Holidays are done, and it is time to get to business. And I am sure you have, well, maybe some of y'all still have those decorations up. And then some of us are taking them down, and we're like, our place is empty. What are we going to do? Well, never fear. I have Roy and Diane with Mitchell and Thompson Interiors here to talk about trends for 2023. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Excited to be here.
Yay. Well, I am excited because I know, it's always so fun. You put up your decorations. Some of us start, at Halloween, and we just keep going. Some of us have that Christmas tree. Some of us are, slower at getting it up, but everything feels so full in the house. Yeah. Then you take it all down and you're like, my house is so empty. And now it's time to change it up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we are ready to get some tips, get some trends for what we're seeing this year.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Take it away.
Take it away, Di.
I was just going to ask you, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start at manufacturing. What's new with American made?
Because we've had so many delays.
This is so refreshing, finally. And I think it makes us just feel even better about being home because the manufacturers have actually added capacity.
Oh, gosh.
So we've got now a lot more USA made product, which gives us a quality level that we feel absolutely excellent about.
Okay.
The lead times have come way down. There was a period of time there, the end of 20, beginning of 21. We couldn't say, you can order a sofa and promise it in 9 months. I mean, it was taking that long.
Yeah.
So all of that's coming back. They're introducing new fabrics again, introducing new frames again. Color is coming back in a big way. So there's a liveliness to the whole industry that I think we're really feeling as people want to get out and about, be bright and happy again.
Yes. Well, you say color. I mean, everyone was, going to grays. Mm-hmm. Gray, white. I think that was what everyone had.
Yeah.
So I love color.
We're seeing, our fabric books of the major manufacturers, just the different colors that are coming back. The jewel tones are coming back. Yes. The trims are coming back. Right. 2 years ago, we had really no trims.
No.
Now we're books and books of trims.
Oh, wow. Nice.
The other thing is wallpaper. Oh, my God. The wallpaper now is not your mother's wallpaper. So that's exciting.
Yes.
It's finally here just to give us designers something that's excitable.
Yeah.
Rather than grays were great at the time and they just got to be boring.
And I also think that it was hard for a lot of people to work with them because it got so cold so fast. The key to gray is you've got to stay in a warm gray, and unless you're just really going for that austere aesthetic, which can be very deliberate.
Right.
But you've got to stay in a warm gray in a home, and you've still got to have some accent of color that makes people feel alive within that surrounding color, But I think Roy's absolutely right about the wallpaper. And the reason that designers love wallpaper so much more than I think the general public generally likes to use it is because it's not only the potential for color, but the pattern and the texture that it can add to a room, again, to bring a little bit of more warmth, to bring another layer, to make it different than the paint that you see on your neighbor's walls.
Right.
It just sets your bookcase apart. It doesn't have to be every room all over the place.
No.
It sets your bookcase apart. It sets your powder bathroom apart. It sets your master bedroom apart, you know?
Right.
And really gives you a space that is your own.
Yes, I love seeing that it is back, and it does make a dramatic, because we do have all those homes there where it's the same floor plan. I mean, you could go through. I can go through in my sleep, actually. But you know, making yours looks different than your neighbors, you know, with that wallpaper.
Yeah.
And it's fairly not expensive as much, or maybe it just kind of depends.
When people compare paint to wallpaper, yes, wallpaper is going to cost you a good bit more than just painting a wall.
Right.
And as a realtor, you know, you see this and probably get this question a lot, that people want to preserve, that they want their house to be, you know, ready for resale.
Right.
Okay. But where we see people shortchanging themselves is that they're not living in the home, really enjoying it to their own style if they only have resale in their mind, you know? And so of course that depends on a time frame and a budget, but those are smaller ways, smaller projects instead of, you know, $80,000 kitchen remodels, where you can make a mark in your home, really enjoy it while you're living there. And then the next person comes along and does what they want to do.
Well,
you know?
You know, in essence, you can also think about, you know, enjoy that. If you want that fun, crazy, you know, maybe it's all kinds of bold colors in a half bath, go for it. If someone doesn't like it, guess what? They can paint. And just like, you know, the paint color, you know, but I also think it, you know, also shows off people's more personality.
Absolutely.
Too. And I love that. I mean, we did have, you know, the years of all those textured paints and the faux and stuff like that, which I think was just, you know, but that was when the wallpapers, you know, we weren't doing the wallpaper, so we were doing that. And I think that was just probably as expensive as the wallpaper.
Yes, if not more. Because then you've got a hand artisan in there working on Venetian plaster, for instance.
And much harder to bring it back to the you know, a textured, you know, just a normal flat or, you know, orange peel texture to just paint over.
When you are ready to sell.
So I love it. Okay, so you know, because of fashion, you know, in my hot pink chair, are we seeing that brought into?
You know, the Pantone color of the year they just announced is magenta.
Oh, okay. So in your jewels,
magenta is loud.
Yes, it is.
Magenta is loud. But there are, I mean, I can already think of some fabrics that we've received where, you know, it's beautiful with a navy, and it's just a little baby swath of the magenta, you know, within a more jewel toned palette. But there will be the folks that love magenta and go for it, you know, make a bedroom. Go for it.
There you go.
If it inspires you.
If you like that color.
Absolutely.
Diane says go for it. Well, let's talk about, you know, since grays, you know, we've got all these people that are like, well, I got a grays and, you know, but the brightness, let's talk about accents that they can do.
In terms of kitchen and bathroom, a lot of people will tackle those areas first. They get dated the fastest, and you know, we need to keep up our homes. We need to, you know, handle those issues. And one of the things that we're moving away from is that white, and gray kitchen.
Yes.
Okay. So what's taking its place?
Yes.
This is great. I'm just seeing these beautiful mosaics, not the mosaics that you think of yesteryears.
Right.
It's just the new styles and the glass and, you know, putting backlight behind the glass.
Oh, nice.
Onyx.
The onyx it's just so beautiful. And the new tiles on the walls. and the textures that they're, some of these tiles look like, say, linen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you have this texture and you think it's linen. So just the new technologies out today is like, wow. So when we go into a tile shop, used to be really boring. Okay.
Yeah.
But now it's just amazing. I'm excited about going.
Oh, very nice. So those people that want maybe to spice up their white kitchen, that is, maybe just redoing your backsplash.
Yes. And then the other thing we're seeing, which is nice because it's a paint to paint thing, is that maybe you bring in a 2-color schematic for your cabinetry, where you may do a darker color on the lower cabinets, a little bit lighter tone on the upper cabinets, maybe even block it. You have, depending on the layout of the kitchen, you may have a bank with your refrigerator over here, and that gets a color, and then the perimeter gets a different color. And that's really, that's just kind of a whole next level thing that if you flip through veranda or, we're seeing a lot of that happening too.
So we are definitely going, kind of getting outside of our little box of whites, grays, and just gone wild.
Yeah. And unfortunately for all the folks who've remodeled to that, you've got a neutral countertop and your appliances and everything that's really the big budget busters, I think can stay in place for the most part.
Okay.
And you can work with them and just brighten it up a little bit if that's what you're in the mood for.
Well, I always like a pop of color, and that's with these colors that are coming in. It looks like you can add that whether with your pillows, your rugs, your accents, if you have that staple piece to bring in those new colors that are coming in.
Yeah.
They even go with, a lot of us also have all the blues. I love the blues just because I think my husband would probably die if I brought him this chair and put it in the family room. I have orange. That's as close as I got.
Yes.
But, some of it, you can balance. So balancing.
Balancing.
So let's also talk about some, tips that you've got these people that, easy little changes ups that we can do around, maybe to make a difference in our room, maybe something that we did have before, we take that out, switch it with something else.
Let's go on to another, which is kind of a segue into what you're asking, which is really easy, is ambient lighting. Okay, toe kick lighting.
Oh, that's
around the kitchen, in the living room. Just having that pop, maybe a pop of color, but low lighting. That way you don't have the light bombs over you.
Okay.
That, just, it stresses you out.
Right.
So just having that ambient lighting, when you walk in the door at night, just relax. That's the whole thing, is about relaxing in your own home.
Right.
And that's what I love about the ambient lighting. And then you can change the color or the mood. So if you want light blue, light green.
Yeah. Well, that's going to change your whole dynamics. The lighting does.
Yeah.
I love that because, and it's something that, you're not having to, maybe change your decor, but it's giving you a whole new look of your home. So it's kind of like makeup.
Yes.
You're just changing a little bit your eye shadow color.
Yeah.
We can do your chair.
Yes. So, but no, you bring the lighting up. This is realtors. We do, have people go in and change light bulbs out to bring in a little, different color schemes. It updates it, a little bit more, and all they're having to do is just go get some light bulbs.
Exactly.
So versus, do a big project.
Right.
So I really like that tip. So those that, don't want to go crazy, just ambience.
But you know, if it's done right,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about bringing the outside in.
Yeah.
So you know, if you have your beautiful ambient lighting outside and you're bringing it inside,
Yes.
it just like wow, it's a wow effect.
I do like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always important to have those uplightings outside, and to have, and you know, we talked about, you know, Christmas is over. You just had all your Christmas lights taken down, and now you look outside and you're like, oh, it's so dark. You know, that ambience lighting makes such a difference, because it does give that pop and it gives that warmth, and it's an inviting so that you can enjoy. Because, you know, in Texas, you know, we may have a snow snap one weekend, but we'll be in shorts the next few days.
That's right.
So, well, let's talk, you know, let's, to wrap things up, let's talk about a couple, you know, tips to the trade on what you would give advice to someone that's sitting there going, you know, I really want to bring some life to my house. You know, it looks, what would you, we talked about ambience lighting, you know, something else that maybe, you know, they would, you know, they don't want to spend too much right now. They're just kind of, you know, not full.
I think another area of opportunity where the manufacturing and the products have just really expanded is window treatments.
Okay.
And I mean, beyond shutters and blinds, just the shades, the Roman shades, the roller shades, the grass weave shades, they've come into a much finer presentation, I would say.
Okay.
And they're fairly easy to replace, depending on, you know, what you have in your current window. And then if you want to go the next step further and accent it with a panel or a drapery treatment where, you know, sometimes we eliminate the blinds and shades altogether and we just create fabric that you open and close. And we do it, you know, based on light control, based on how much warmth you get through your windows, you know, all of that. But it's all kind of that outside the walls stuff that can come on and off pretty easily. And there are just so many beautiful patterns and directions that we can take a room just based on the way the windows are done.
Wow, that's a great tip, and it does. Another thing, I love that tip because it's something that can drastically change the look of your room without having to, you know, go through and all new furniture, all new things. You can use it your existing, just bring in, you know, something interesting, you know.
Yes.
And voila, a new room.
A new room.
Well, I love this. I hope, audience, you guys have had a great time listening to these great tips. And if you want to give a call to Rory and Diane, we've got their contact information here, and bring them over, and they will be happy to assist you. So, well, cheers. To our new year of 2023.
2023.
Waha.
But you know, before I make my toast,
Oh.
I would just like to say, through the year, in the last 4 years, Diane and I run into Kimberly in a lot of different places. And the one thing we find about Kimberly, she loves her clients. She works hard. But the other thing that we love about her is community outreach. It's amazing. I don't know how she gets anything done in real estate, but you know, she must work, you know, maybe 10 days a week. There was 10 days and then should be still working. But I just wanted to say thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Cheers. Well, cheers again.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Apple and Spotify, as well as Kimberly's YouTube channel. If you'd like to contact Kimberly directly, you can email her at kimberlywoodard@ebby.com or call 214-632-2092. We hope you enjoyed our guest this week, and remember, don't just love your home, love your community.